Hey guys, welcome to your love reading, spiritual infusion. Let's jump right into this. What messages do you have? Okay, so the first card out is, I don't know if I should hold on or if I should let go. Okay. So it feels like there's somebody around you right now that wants to come forward, but they also could be in a place where clearly they don't know what your intentions are. And they're scared to make the first move because it's coming in as like very ego-based. So if I take that first step, if I make that first move, will they respond? How will they respond? So this is somebody that is insecure about what exactly they want. I am getting very strongly that when it comes to you, this person freezes. So they can't express themselves. You could be one of the only people that this person, because I get that around other people, they're very strong, they're very dominant. They don't have a problem expressing themselves, but for some reason, when it does come to you, this person freezes. Almost like they can't talk. So this is a part of the problem, and part of the issue it is coming in with this person is that they want to come forward, they want to say something, but they also know that every time that they've tried to, they've been unsuccessful with trying to open up and express whatever their wants or needs are. Why are they freezing when it comes to them? They feel like you're very magical. They feel like you're somebody that is an alchemist, and they also feel like you're very attractive, you're very magnetic, okay? And they could feel like you get a level of energy, right? You have Gemini, Virgo, Leo energy, Aries, Scorpio. So it's very multi-talented or multifaceted, but also it's your independence. This is also somebody that feels better stalking and watching than physically taking action, or they're observing your behavior prior to coming forward and making you some type of bold offer here. I also feel like for whoever this person is, they could be in the public eye for some of you. So coming forward or in a position of power, so coming forward and making that first move, it's like they're questioning everything. Like, do I make it? Do I pull back? What is it that I should do? For some of you, they could feel also that there's a lot of people that are focused on you. You could be in the center stage, whether you're at work, whether you're online, whatever you're doing, but they're also sitting here trying to calculate or figure out what the best move is forward. How do I take that step? Do I pull back? Do I approach them? It's almost as if they're over processing just making contact. And again, they view you, you have a pair here, they view you as somebody very attractive, okay? They view you as being like the perfect pair, the perfect partner, whatever it may be. So this is why they don't want to mess it up. This is also somebody that is sitting here that really does miss you, but they don't know what to say. That's the problem. I don't know what to say to them is what I keep getting. So this is why you're noticing that this person is going back and forth, because they could feel very drawn to you in a twin flame type of energy or a divine union. But in order to have this divine union, they kind of have to submit. But part of them are questioning whether or not you view them in the same way. I'm also getting that they freeze because it could have something to do with their day-to-day life that maybe needs to be communicated about or exposed, right? Because we have the Five of Pentacles, Taurus energy, we have Capricorn energy as well, right? So it's a lack of communication about their day-to-day. So it's something about their day-to-day life that either they don't know about you or you don't know about them. So they could, especially with the Ace of Swords and this Neon Awakening card, you guys may have a very divine, distinct connection where it's very emotional, it's very soulful, right? It's based on that, but when it comes to the physicalities of the everyday life, there is a lack of that. So it's this person trying to figure out can we come together as one? Do we come together as one? Will my day-to-day life fit their day-to-day life? I'm also getting, because again, it is coming in as this sacred love. So whether that's an eternal partner coming in, a divine partner, or a twin flame, they have a lot of emotions for you. They feel very, very, very drawn to you. But again, it's like there's somebody here that has painted some type of illusion of a false reality. Now, I feel like for them, they've not been honest with what their day-to-day life is. So, they also could have had somebody lie on you. Because what was the illusion here? They also feel like if they were with somebody else, it was a lie. Like if you thought that this person was with somebody else, it wasn't true. It was an illusion. Or if somebody is acting like you're closer than what you are or whatever, it's not true. It's like that's what it's coming in as. It's coming in as like they feel really bad because they know that they needed to come in, and instead of giving you their heart, instead of opening up, instead of being direct and divine and all of that, they've painted some type of false reality. What's the false reality? Love. So they could sit there and love, like moving forward with love, that you could have thought that, yeah, they lied, that they don't love you, or they lied about not having certain feelings about you. Hold on, how would the collective feel about this emotionally? You would have a higher level of understanding, but I feel like you wouldn't feel bad. Hold on. But there was a false reality. It could be you have Cancer, Aquarian energy, Gemini energy. They weren't being honest about why they pulled back emotionally, because this moon in Aquarius is all about restricting emotions, not being honest. Also, it could have been about a betrayal where something looked a certain way, but it wasn't. And that's why it seems like this person is going through a significant tower moment and they're mad at themselves because it was an illusion that was created. And in this illusion, it's almost like they were in love with somebody else, or that they were moving forward with somebody else, and that wasn't true. Or they also could have painted an illusion to the people around them that they weren't in love with you, but that was also a lie. See, the lie is coming in with the way that they feel. Why would they lie about the way they feel? Because this is somebody who is trying to control things, right? Aries, Scorpio energy. This is somebody who in their day-to-day life could be a leader, could be a boss, could be a moneymaker, have some type of status here where, like, for example, when you think of divine energy that is in a level of control, a lot of times that masculinity, the femininity, right? Because we all have feminine and masculine energy, but it will always be masked. Because if you're showing a level of feminine energy or emotions, then you're demonized as being weak. Now, I don't believe that. And again, but this person had to look a certain way because there was people that were watching him or her. because there was somebody here that was watching your person very closely or is currently watching them. It feels like they're under a level of scrutiny. And whoever this person was that was watching your person, it's almost like they didn't want them to know how much they actually really loved you. So this person could have even acted like you were just a choice or that you were one of many, because again, that's the way that this person maintained control. But at the same point in time, that's also why this person is sitting here and they're in this energy of the Ten of Swords, because you were stuck in your head, they were stuck in their head because they haven't had the ability to come forward and communicate this to you. And they feel like there's a level of completion. Because what you don't know is that this person really does have very distinct emotions for you. Now we have the Two of Cups, right? That's Venus and Cancer. Anybody that has a Venus and Cancer knows, right? Knows that you just don't let go of somebody easy. You kind of hoard that person for a while. That's mine. You see that fish right there? Don't touch my fish. You touch my fish, I'll put one on your porch. Okay? It's that type of energy when it comes to Venus and Cancer. Only certain people will get that. But if you get it, drop a fish in the comments. Okay? So there was a lot of strategizing, because the Two of Swords is not a negative energy, but it is an energy where there is strategizing. So this could have been viewed as a sense of avoidance, that this person was avoiding you emotionally. They could have been avoiding you physically, because when they're around you, they have very distinct emotions for you. They want to be close to you. They want to touch you. They want to feel you. This is definitely an energy where this is somebody that knows that they lied. And what they also lied about was you and them being on the same path. You could have even asked this person, like, hey, are we on the same path here? Are we going in the same direction? Are you in like a parallel? Like, are you in the next lane over? Like, what are we doing here? Because this person always feels like they were trying to confuse. Again, it's a lot of moon energy. They were trying to confuse you, or it's coming in as confusion and lies, but in reality, it was just this person that was strategizing. And that's why there's this level of guilt. That's why they're sitting here and they're saying, okay, listen, world, all right, I have to tighten things up. I've painted a false reality of the way that I feel about my eternal partner, my eternal lover, right? When I know that this is a sacred love. But also they're in this place of, do I stay or do I go? Because I know that the way things look, they don't look good. But also too, something that needs to be noted here is that your person does have a heart of gold. And there was certain things that this individual needed to heal, okay? And they do have a level of regret, right? Five of Swords. They regret playing mind games. They regret not giving to you. They regret listening to other people, right? Five of Swords is not a good energy. That's Venus and Aquarius. That's also, I mean, no offense, if you have a Venus and Aquarius, that's probably one of the worst placements, because it's not about love. It's about the control and controlling in any way possible in order to get what you want. So that's mind games. So somebody here was playing mind games with them, where they were having this person question whether or not you were perfect for them. Were you the perfect match, right? Is this a balanced connection? And again, this is coming in as an external energy. So that's why it feels like whoever this person is, that's why they have a lot of regret. Okay, pure elegance. Again, whoever your person is, they love the way you dress. They love the way that you smell. It's something about the way you smell. It could be your jewelry, your cologne, whatever it is, the way that you dress. It's something about you where it is pure elegance and they feel very good about being around you. But again, there's a lot of regret here because they know that you were perfect for them and they don't know why they played the game. It's almost like this person plays games with people because they don't care about them. Or it's not that serious. It's not that deep. So they're not going to invest, right? So it's almost like they tried to do that with you and it didn't work out because, again, you're their eternal lover. This is somebody that feels like you're their perfect match. So now there's this false reality where maybe they feel like things are over, but then there's also an aspect of them that is sitting there saying, I still feel like something here is unfinished. I feel like, how can I let go now when it's to be continued? They've painted a reality in order to have an energy that is separate from theirs. And in the process of painting this reality, right, they've remained stuck and stagnant. So they're not with anybody. They're not around anybody. They're sitting there with a lot of remorse. They're sitting there replaying conversations, going over things, because again, they're sitting here saying they have a heart of gold. But there was certain aspects that I feel like needed to be healed here. Okay, this is also somebody for some of you, it's coming in as like this person being a workaholic. And they've almost tried to throw themselves into work in order to try to heal their heart. And it is something where they're acknowledging, like, I'm escaping this. I'm escaping the way that I feel. I'm trying to escape my perfect match because, again, I feel disappointed. I also keep getting embarrassed because now you have somebody that is sitting there wanting to reconcile. I think the issue with the reconciliation is, again, and there is an obsession here, okay? So somebody here is definitely in an energy, they're obsessed with reconciling. And they were obsessed about how perfect you are. Like, I don't think you understand. This is also somebody that wants to take you out, but they're obsessing over the minute details, is what they said. Because they want you to recognize them. They need this external validation. They want other people to know that you're their eternal lover, okay? They want everybody to know that you're the elegant one. You're the attractive one. You're the one that they wanted. It's almost like they painted this illusion to other people so that they could escape, you know, the reality or the judgment. Because again, this is coming in as somebody that doesn't fall in love easy. This is somebody that's coming in where the attention from the opposite, whatever you're attracted to, whether men, women, whatever, unicorns, I don't know. It's coming in as this energy where they feel like nobody has seen them in this type of situation. Like, I don't know why I keep getting that. No one has seen them around somebody the way that they treat you because they love you. This is also somebody that is homesick, okay? They're lonely, they're restless, they're thinking about the times that they had with you. And they're really ashamed that they decided to escape their heart and focus on their physicalities. And this is somebody that is hiding because there's a level of being ashamed. It's like they're ashamed because, again, they didn't take that step, right? And now they're sitting here and they lack peace. It's always the people that cause the most chaos that are like, I'm just trying to find peace. Hey, you're trying to find peace? Well, then you probably should change your day-to-day behavior, right? But I think that because of all this regret and all of this remorse, and whether this person doesn't know whether to go right or left with you, it's causing them to be imbalanced where they're unable to work. And they feel like they're not in divine alignment. And a part of this is their karma, because realistically, they're facing judgment because they knew you were the end. They knew you were the long-time goal. They knew you were the one that they wanted to be with no matter what. And now they're sitting here saying, why did I hold back? Why did I keep them a secret? Why did I not tell them how I feel? Why am I sitting here watching and obsessed and stalking when I already know they're my end game? And I'm lacking peace because this is my judgment. That was the A team. What, did I switch up the A team for the D team? You dummy. It doesn't work like that. So this person is sitting here and they're definitely in a place of contemplation. Sorry if you guys hear Enzo snorting. Okay, hold on. What are they contemplating? What action to take? Okay? They're contemplating whether or not you and them still have the ability to grow. For some of you, they're contemplating whether or not you want to have children with them, whether or not you're open to that, whether or not, you're waiting for them the same way that they're waiting for you. But they're curious to see, is this a situation that can stabilize and grow if I come forward? Remember, the Empress is a number 3. There's Taurus, Libra energy, but the number 3 is all about communication, right? And it's very childlike. So there's contemplation on whether or not they need to come forward and express the truth to you, or to continue to act like everything is fine, right? I also get that with this person, they feel like you're angry or they're angry, and they're also contemplating whether or not whether or not they're blocked. You could be blocked, okay? But it's like, they're trying to figure out, do I take offense or defense on this? Do I wait for the collective to come forward and say something to me, or do I say something first? They're very curious about that. And again, this is somebody that knows, like, you're destined for greatness. They know that whoever you're with, that they have a promising future. And this person feels like they're getting judgment or karma because of their hot and cold behavior, because of the inconsistency, right? It made them heartless. It made them look like they didn't have any feelings. It could have even gave the illusion of a third party or some type of karmic partner here, okay? And this is something that either was a secret or something that they were holding back on, that they didn't want to open up and tell you. Because it's really about this person, okay. Here's what they want me to tell you, because I was going to go into depth and they're like, cut it. You have somebody here in the past. You guys were on track, or there is a relationship coming in where you're on track for something great. This is something that is very purposeful. This is something that if you were imbalanced in the past, you will be balanced now with this energy. There's somebody here that's facing karma and facing justice for their inconsistent behavior. Because there was somebody here that lacked compassion and it forced your person to isolate. But there was secrets here on why your person was isolating themselves. And sometimes we don't understand the significance of why God chooses to isolate us. But what it's coming in here is it's divine intervention, because this person, somebody had an identity crisis. So either A, they haven't shown you who they are. B, they thought they didn't know who you were and that you were not being honest and truthful and faithful to them. But also, this isolation was forcing them into an awakening. Okay? And again, this is somebody that needed to have compassion for their inconsistent behavior, because if they want a promising future, then they also have to understand that if they're acting heartless, they don't get what they want. And somebody here really thought, for some of you, there was a third party that really thought that, and for some of you, it was not even romantic, it was platonic, that really thought that they were the one for your person. And it's almost like it's somebody who forced your person to isolate. I'm also getting here that there is a confession, like somebody's here is getting ready to like open up and confess. And it definitely feels like a confession of love. I love you, right? But this person has to come clean. They have to be honest. They have to be vulnerable. This is a part of everything, is surrendering. And sometimes with divine connections, when one person already comes into the relationship completely surrendered and open, the other person has a different preparation that they need to do. They still have to go through their awakening. They still have to go through their transformation in order for them to completely surrender to the divine. And there's times where when that person is ready to surrender, you could be in a place of contemplation. You could even be sitting here contemplating, did this person love me? Did this person want me? Does this person feel strongly about me? And the answer is that they need to come clean and open up and express their truth. And this is about the secrets. For some of you, they did have some skeletons in their closet, but hey, who doesn't? We all have skeletons. Maybe not the same skeletons that they have, but everybody has them. So what's also coming in here is that this person is isolated. So they're isolated from family, they're isolated from friends, they're isolating from people, okay? They're in a place right now where they are silent, okay? This is also somebody that was silent because their throat chakra was blocked. Now, somebody could have physically blocked their throat chakra, right? With black magic or some type of spiritual warfare. And it is real, but if you're living a certain manner, none of that matters. For example, like one of the teams that's in the FIFA World Cup, they bring out a witch doctor, and one of the best players, Ronaldo, they did something on him, and this was like a year or so ago, and he couldn't play because he was injured, right? So some of this stuff does work, but that's why it's important to kind of understand that sometimes what you see in the 3D, there's something more going on in the 5D. Not everything is as it seems, right? Like, for example, when you're eating something, you don't always know every spice that's put into what you're eating. Sometimes you can identify a couple, but you can't identify all of them. This is what's happening. This person had a blocked throat chakra, so they were unable to open up and they were unable to communicate the way that they truly loved you, okay? And this is also somebody who could have left you and went directly to another relationship for some of you, not all of you. But if that was the case, that was just a rebound to try to act like they didn't care. But in reality, they do, okay? But again, one of the things that also, again, you have somebody who is jealous here, evil eye, and resentment. So with this jealous, evil energy, there's somebody here who purposely stopped this person from coming forward and opening up. This could even be a form of peer pressure, certain obligations, but this person definitely felt extremely burdened by those people around them that were very jealous. They could be around their friends and their friends are jealous because they're happy. Their friends are noticing that there's something different with them, right? This is where there is a cause of a lot of tension, of a lot of burdens, because again, they feel like the people around them are judging them. And instead of them telling everybody, I love the collective, I don't care what you say, instead they remain silent because of the jealousy. And this jealousy made them isolate from you. For some of you, it could be a form of protection, right? You may not know what someone does. Like, we all have a light and we all have a dark side, okay? Nobody is 100% light. If you think you are, you're wrong. It's not true. There's always an aspect, okay? Again, look at the yin-yang, I'm gonna say yin-yang twins, but look at the yin-yang sign. Even in the light, the white, there is a circle of black. That's representing your darker energy, right? Whether that's a dark, feminine energy, a dark masculine energy, whatever it may be. But there was something going on in the dark with this person that they were worried or concerned about. There was something here where they didn't want you to know. Even if this person is a businessman, even businessmen or businesswomen, they also have other projects or obligations that are going on in the background. And I'm not talking about romantically, like I said. But the thing is, they were asking this person, do you love them? And this person went quiet because of the jealousy that came with being with you, with whether it was the way you looked, whether it was the way you made them feel. There was somebody here that was very jealous about your relationship or about your connection with this individual. I'm going to take a couple of cards out here for our extended. So give me a second. What else do we need to know? If you haven't already, please make sure you like the video and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Okay? You are going to have a wish fulfillment with this person because they miss you. They are homesick, okay? Homeward bound. They miss you so much. This is somebody that, and for some of you, you do have a lot of money coming in, okay? But I definitely feel like with you, you were literally like their 10 of cups. You were the one that they wanted to have a family with. You're the one that they want to settle down with. You're the one that, if you're in that age range, to have children with, right? Because for them, they felt like you were their perfect partner. You were their perfect pair. And this person has a lot of admiration for you. But again, it's almost like this admiration has been in silence. But I don't think you realize how in awe they are of you. There's not been one day that's gone by that they haven't wanted you, that they haven't yearned for you, that they haven't needed you. Okay, that they haven't lusted for you, that they haven't whatever. But I also feel like this person needed to go in a new direction, whether that's them changing their friends, changing their job, changing their obligations, leaving a negative relationship, leaving karmic situations, leaving things that do not serve their highest good. Anything of that is an external influence. That's a noun, a people, place, or thing. So they are gonna be going in a new direction. I'm gonna put this out because you and this person have a rebirth if you're open to it. If you're open to a rebirth, it's there. They also feel like, though, to be honest, they know that you're going to have certain boundaries. Maybe boundaries that you didn't have in the past, you're going to have now because there was a line that was crossed, right? There was expectations that you had or that they had, and those expectations were not met or those boundaries were crossed. And when those boundaries were crossed, it was like, not today. So they know that there's going to be more boundaries right now. But I feel like for this person, if your heart is open to their love, then they're more than willing to be vulnerable with you. Because you and this person are mirroring each other. And I just keep getting like, they look in the mirror and they see you with them. This is somebody that views you as their twin flame. They view you as their external spouse. They could feel like you guys are already married, whether physically or in spirit, that you are theirs. You are their spiritual counterpart. And this is somebody that really does want a solid foundation with you. They want their dream child. They want their dream wedding. They want their dream home. They want their, solid foundation where there is also with the solid foundation, they have their external validation as well, right? Because the problem that we saw earlier was this person never opened up. They had a lot of love for you, but they never physically showed you in the 3D, whether that's by going out all the time, whether it's by giving you certain things, showing you physically how they love you or how they care. Because again, there was a lot of people around them that were saying that you were not who you said you were, that you were lying, that it was a false identity, that whatever it may be. But like Whitney Houston, who's the queen of the night, you are the king or queen of this person's world. You're giving them God or goddess energy. So with God or goddess energy, you also have certain boundaries, okay? And I also feel like people were saying that you were wearing a mask, okay? You were wearing a mask. This person could have been wearing a mask. Maybe your person plays the saxophone, okay? Maybe your person is into music or live music or listening or comedy or something like that. But it's like they didn't want to show you this creative, emotional side of them. And that's why this mask is ending, because it's an ending of a cycle. And it's coming in as a significant rebirth here. I'm also getting to somebody here was trying to take revenge. And it was somebody that was very toxic. So you're coming in as this person's everything, and they tried to mask it. And that's why things ended. And it's like you have somebody here that, again, I just cut the deck. There is some type of other party here that took revenge in a very toxic way, because they wanted to be the rebound. They wanted this person to feel a certain way about them, that maybe your person didn't. And you know what I'll do just for the hell of it? Hold up. We'll see how your person feels about the rebound or the person that took revenge, okay? But I feel like that rebound was a person that was very toxic. And that could be somebody that they married, somebody that they're with physically, but there is a level of toxicity. All right, so the first thing I want to know is, what does your person want to confess to you? What do they want to open up, and what do they want to communicate? I also want to know what their secret was. What are they holding back, right? What is this moon energy? Because for some of you, it's this person does a lot of... There you go. Okay, right before I said it, right? I'm getting ready to tell you, okay? This person has a shadow side and an underworld type of energy. So for them, let me see if I can get the dogs are fine. They're just gonna go ham for a minute. So we just gotta chill and see if they'll stop. They had some type of underlife or underworld, or there's some shadow aspect to them, whether that's their friends or families, business deals, whatever, that they didn't want you to completely know. Okay? I also want to know what were people jealous about when it came to you and them? Like what really made people frustrated? What was the jealousy? Okay? I also want to know what they were peer pressured into do. Okay? What were they peer pressured into do? Were they peer pressured into going into a new direction? Were they peer pressured into a toxic lifestyle? What was the peer pressure coming into this? Okay? I also want to know what this new direction is that they're going after this confession. And I also want to know how they feel about this person that took revenge, okay? Took revenge, whether against you, whether against them. I want to know how they feel about them. And what's coming in for these guys romantically? Wow, okay? The Fool. And what's the purpose or the significance of this connection? Aww. The Lovers. Okay, so with that being said, this is your reading in the extended. This is going to be available on the extended. The extended is available on Vimeo. The link for that will be in the comment section below. You click on the link, boom, takes you right on down to Funky Town where you guys can view the extended. In the extended, we clarify each one of these. We go into depth. We'll pull oracle messages or whatever it may be. And it's really, really good if you want to take a deep dive into your person's psyche and understand the minute details of what's really going on with them. All right. So click on the link in the comment section below.